Hello, let's not talk about the fact that it's been months since I used this channel. I'm going to talk about what it was like doing a live performance in COVID-19 times because, yeah, that's something I did, and I didn't die. So obviously we did something right. Yeah, let's get into it. Also, I'll be real, there are some audio issues in this video. I don't know why, but whenever I try screen recording, my microphone just gives up. It is the most annoying thing. That said, on with the show. Okay, hi there. Remember like 3 months ago when I did a gig? Yeah, this one with Alley Theater and Vancouver Fringe Festival. Yeah, I did that in the middle of a pandemic, and this is about my experience. Yeah, no, I'm just going to talk about what it was like because there was a lot going on there. For starters, there were a lot of Zoom calls early on, just like discussing times and dates and safety procedures and what the event was going to look like. Needless to say, this wasn't an ordinary variety night. Like, this site has a whole page for protocols and stuff. You were expected to purchase online, you were told to arrive early, wear a mask, maintain social distance, sanitize a bunch, and there was a whole check-in process that both like audience members and us performers had to do, and like, yeah. So let's go into like the planning of it. First of all, let me see if I can find the venue that we did it in. The venue, for the record, was outdoors, obviously. Was it called the Garden Pavilion or the Picnic Pavilion? I can't spell pavilion. We performed here. We were right there, if memory serves. Right there. Yeah. Closed spaces in COVID times are a no-go for obvious reasons. Also, the whole thing was divvied up into like several little spaces. Let me see if I can find the diagram that we were shown, because there were whole diagrams. Okay, so I can't find the one that I was emailed, so I'm just gonna try and draw this out in MS Paint. Let's start with this. Also, so sorry, this is gonna be like so ugly, but it's okay. You know what? No, I'm just gonna go black and white. I'm overthinking this. Okay. Anyways, like it started with like there was a border, a very tangible border between the audience and the performers because we weren't allowed to mesh with each other. And the border was made of tape and electric candles, and it separated us again so no one could overlap and mingle. And when not on stage, the performers had like a little holding stage tent like right here for like, signing our I don't have COVID slips. We'll get to that. I personally was like shoved into a little corner for the whole night because I was on stage doing transitional music between every performance. I never did enter the fabled holding tent. I was here at all times. And then the audience was also divvied up. Sets of 2 or 3 chairs were kept in like little 6-foot squares. So that looked something like this. Like we had to like take a tape measure. Isn't that wacky? Like it looked like that. And yeah, no. Everyone else would perform here. That is our literal stage set. So let's talk about what the day itself was like. Goodbye screen recording, hello decent audio. As I mentioned, this was a variety night, so I spent most of my day at home getting ready. I packed all the essentials for a gig. Water, a fidget toy, some reading, some money if I wanted to buy stuff, my music stand, and my cue cord. I also brought what's become normal these days, a hand sanitizer and a mask. And while normally I'd transit at least most of the way to a gig out in a van, because we have a pretty nice transit system, I miss the SkyTrain so much it's unreal, I bummed a ride off my mom because I can't drive and I don't trust transit. Masks weren't mandatory at this point on public transit, so yeah, no. Anyways, we arrived early as we were told to, and we just kind of ran through stuff, perfecting timing and sound system things. We all had, for obvious reasons, separate mics. Like, whenever we went on stage, we'd bring our own mics with us. It's obviously complex, and there were so many wires and stuff, but better you trip over a wire than you catch COVID. Also, the masks came in handy, not just for COVID reasons, because guess what? It was wildfire season. For once, though, it wasn't us on fire, but the U.S., See what I did there? Us, US. Anyways, a wind brought all the American smoke up here. The sky was brown, the sun was red, everything smelled like a campfire. Anyways, alongside all the little technicalities of setup, there were a few other measures taken. For example, both nights we had an on-site health officer in charge of making sure that we kept with provincial protocol. And second of all, every day, each of us performers filled out a little slip. We had our name, date, and a little symptoms checklist. Fun, huh? I get to go on to the little venue every day, and I fill out the slip that says, no, I do not have symptoms. I think audience members also had some kind of vibe check at the tickets tent, but I wouldn't know about that because I'm a performer, hooty hoo. Anyways, yeah, those were all the measures taken, I think. It definitely wasn't the standard variety night. But it worked. Went off without a hitch. We shared stories, we danced, we laughed, we cried. It was just the coziest thing. Artists have definitely had easier times, but we're still here. And we put on a heck of a show. I have high hopes for 2021 because, like, even if things don't get better, we're getting better. We're innovating. And I think that's really good. Anyways, that's the video. If you watched this whole thing, thank you. And I don't know what kind of content to make for y'all right now. I'm honestly feeling a little bit of like creator's block. I've just been so busy with like my plays and like school stuff and like other art scene stuff and other gigs I have. God, that makes me sound so vain, but it's just true. I just have so much on my plate. But like, I'm gonna try and make more stuff, like at least a video every month or two. Maybe, we'll see. Whatever the case, like or subscribe if you so desire, and stay safe. Love you.